Is this on? Is hello? Okay, it's working. Nice. It's been a while, right? I know. I know. Um I'm at the point in the content headspace that I'm probably just gonna click start recording. I might have my camera on, I might not, and I'm probably just gonna play whatever game I want to play or whatever I'm trying at the moment. I play pretty much everything. Uh, I mean, I'm getting the real itch to play a bunch of like Pokemon TCG. I know Marathon's coming up soon. We got the Server Slam on what, the 26th, and then the actual game comes out March 6th. I believe it is. I might be wrong. It'll probably be on screen. Uh, but yeah, today I'm probably playing Pokemon. Now look at me. I haven't played in a while, so it's gonna get rough. Now back up. Um, but yeah, first let me show you the account, man. It's I've been playing for now. Granted, I've been playing way before the Scarlet and Violet era. Uh, like I want to say it was definitely around the X and Y back when we first had the Mega Evolutions. Like, granted, it shows black and white here, but I don't remember literally anything from way back then. I played around. I want to say it was like 2016. I played the original version of the TCG Online. I was playing that seriously, and it was a lot of X and Y. Like, you can see Evolutions, Primal Clash, Breakthrough, Breakpoint. I remember these. It was like the golden cards. Generations, and I'll leave, come back, as you can see with the collecting. Like, I'll leave for a bit, come back, leave again. It's been like that pretty much my entire, the entire time this has been out and online for us to play. Whether it be work or just life. But yeah, like I said, I can complete Champion's Path. I have the main set of this. I don't think I have a master set for anything. Maybe there was one. It might have been Champion's Path. I think I'm just missing 6 of the cards. Yeah. If this is the yeah. Yep. I think this is the closest I am to a master set. But Scarlet and Violet area is what we've just had. I know we're in Mega Evolutions. This is me just now coming back. I know you see a couple cards here. I came back at the start, like very start of Mega Evolutions just dropping, and then again, I dropped the game for a bit. However, there was a point, like you'll see main set I have for both black and white. They're basically done. Same with Paldea Evolved. Granted, this is like when the era started for Scarlet and Violet. It starts with Scarlet, goes this way, so you can see Paldea Evolved's done. Paldea Evolved is like almost done. I'm missing 4 cards from there, but there's 151. You can see where I stopped playing for a bit, started coming back, stopped playing for a bit, but when I saw black and white, it had to happen, especially because every card, every Pokemon from the black and white era got basically a full art. I don't know the rarities, you don't have to forgive me, but every one of them got like a full art, and I found this so sick. I haven't pulled it's so Victini's red here. Victini's red, cool. There's a white card for Reshiram. But I did pull. It's not here. Whoa. Because I could have sworn I did. There was a black card for Zekrom. I'm pretty sure I did. It might have been IRL, but yeah, I do love the game. I played, at least in the old version, they had a tournament mode. Here, not so much. It's mostly just ranked ladder, and it's a big climb. Granted, they don't drop you below quickly if you make it here. This is like if you're just starting the game, this is where you are. I'm pretty sure highest I got was somewhere in Ultra. Now I want to say Eternatus. It might have been Mewtwo just to get the rewards for the cards. But yeah, that actually brings me to what I want to do. I want to actually try to make it to Arceus. Probably before Marathon. So I'm gonna be probably streaming this and Pocket on the side. You know, you might get like 2 videos of this, 1 game of Pocket. And yeah, I want to try to, actually get back into the content swing. So that's my 2 cents about what I got going on right now. How's the family? How's mom's? You can let me know down below. I'm probably not editing any of this, so if you hear me stutter, you're gonna have to deal with it. Sorry. But yeah, we can go over what do I want to play. I have this Gardevoir deck. Do I know how to play it? Mostly yes. This is basically me removing counters off of my Pokemon, putting it on theirs. Mew lets me draw for 3 cards and then copy an opponent's attack with 3 colorless, which will probably be either the Psychic or the Dark. I'd rather save my 4 Dark Energy for the 4 Monkey Dory for his ability. We have the one called Fairy, which is going to let us boom any dragon decks we come across. It allows the dragon decks to now have a psychic weakness, as Fairy is no longer a typing in the TCG anymore. We have Screamtail. Basically, we want to get Screamtail as low as possible. It probably as low as 10 for every 10 damage that's on it. That's what it means by a damage counter. For every 10 damage, Roaring Scream will do 20. And then we have this normal Gardevoir line of, 4 Ralts, 2 Corellia, and then Gardevoir EX and Mega Gardevoir EX. One thing I do like about the new Megas this time around versus what we had in, I believe, X and Y. In X and Y, we had to go like how it is now, where it's Ralts, Corellia, and then Gardevoir. For the Mega Evolution would actually go on the EX, and then your turn would end instantly unless you had, it was a Pokemon Tool card. Like it was basically their Mega Stone that you would equip onto them, and it wouldn't like end your turn. But I mean, it was a way to balance them out. To either you have their Mega Stone and keep your turn going, or you can put a different Pokemon Tool on them, and they can. Sorry, a different tool on them, but your turn ends for that turn. But yeah, we have Gardevoir here. She has an ability. As often as I like, whatever psychic energy I have in the discard pile, I can put onto one of my Pokemon. But they'll get 2 damage counters on them, which, Screamtail, cool. And it won't let me use it if the Pokemon would be knocked out from that 20 damage. And then we have Mega Gardevoir EX. Mega Gardevoir EX is basically going to allow us to sweep boards with Mega Symphonia. Um, Basically, you know, with the regular Gardevoir EX is allowing us to put different um, energies wherever we want on the board. It's not just on the active. Uh, when Mega Symphonia happens, how many ever, you know, psychic energies is on my board, I'm doing 50 damage for each, and that it's going to do a lot. It's going to do a lot. Now granted, we do have overflowing wishes. If we get Mega Gardevoir EX out early and we have a full bench, what we can actually do, put one on Mega Gardevoir, and for each of our psychic Pokemon on our bench, or each Pokemon we have on our bench, we can search for a basic psychic energy and attach it to that Pokemon. And we already have the one energy attached from Overflowing Wishes, then we can just Mega Symphonia next turn. I remember playing this against some friends, and it did go a little crazy. There was one bad matchup. I think it was, yeah, because I was weak to Dark, and I didn't realize it at the time. And I was getting smacked by I want to say it was like Mega Absol, or I would have to see what deck he was playing. But yeah, I also have this Gimme Ghoul deck I might swap over to, but I might save that for a separate video. But I'm probably going to, as far as, you know, Gardevoir, Gimme Ghoul, the electric box that is just mainly Zekrom, N box, and then the Reshiram, which is just fire. I want to like up these decks to like how it is currently, see what's, I don't want to play like whatever is like, oh, this is the meta, the toppest of the tier. I'm not trying to play that, because it might not, it'll probably be the best deck. It might get me to, you know, Arceus tier faster, but I don't think it would be like fun to just, you know, like there. Let me see if I can. Let me see. Cause like in my whole time of playing this, like, yeah, there's this Amaze box. It was a gimmick back in the day. I want to say Sword and Shield era. Right, so we had extra Pokemon like Manaphy, doesn't allow damage to our bench. Flaffy, it would recycle a lightning energy from our discard to, I believe, one of the Pokemon on our bench or active. We had Jirachi, but Jirachi's part of the you know, Jirachi was part of the Amaze box. Amaze box is basically all of these Pokemon that have this, I want to say, pastel like rainbow effect behind them, and all of them require 3 different energies, but all of their attacks and things like that are pretty cool. I know Kyogre was nuts. I think it got, I want to say it got banned. Something happened to this card. Because at the time, doing 80 damage to everything on board was absolutely nuts. And Manaphy was like necessary. Granted, it was necessary in basically every deck, but if you could get this out before a Manaphy was on bench and their bench was full, brother, it was nuts. Raikou was another amazing card. Granted, Amaze box, cool. It basically did 120 twice, one to the active, one to a bench. Zacian, great. Zamazenta, great. Yeah, Veltal was nuts for just being able to knock out whatever you wanted. Because, you know, it's not like Pocket to where, you know, we can't really control what we're bringing in unless there's damage on them because Cyrus. And this, yeah, boss's orders, you know, you get a 3 prize out, like a V Max, a Mega Evolution, or a tag team. Man, Jirachi was basically our active Pokemon searcher. Like, you would just play him in active, look at the top two, one in your hand, one on the top of the deck. Ditto let us copy any of our Pokemon that was in the discard. So, like, if we use something like an Ultra Ball or a Quick Ball to look for Ditto but discard, let's say Yveltal, or let's say Yveltal gets knocked out, you know, we can, yeah. I found decks like that cool. I have this one-shot deck with Zacian. So Zacian would come in. At the time, it was doing 230. It was doing more damage than the HP it had on itself. Jirachi, if it was a prize card, I would be able to take this as a prize and then take one more. So let's say I hit like a VMAX, right? VMAXs or GXs were allowed at the time. Tag teams. Tag teams are worth 3 prizes. Zacian would, you know, knock out the tag team. That's 3 prizes. Pick up the Jirachi, that would be a 4th. Now, if I had ADP, Arceus, Dialga, Palkia GX tag team, if I had Ultra Creation with the Steel and a Water Energy, it allowed me to grab one more. And I think it was a glove. Or was it this? Yeah. Yeah. So this allowed the one shot to happen. Basically, I would put, there it is, 250 on here. Duskmane Necrozma counts as an Ultra Beast. Basically, we would only use this one time, and this is how we would get the one shot, because having, what was it? It was this. It's a Pokemon tool, so we would attach this to the Duskmane. We would have 6 prizes. And again, let's go over everything. You knock out a tag team, that's 3, or a VMAX, also 3. Cool. That's 3. Our ADP made it 4. This Beastbringer made it 5 because we had all 6 at the start. Cool. That's 5 being taken. And if one of those was a Jirachi, that's 6. That was all 6. I've gotten this off a few times and it was wow. There's like one that I really want to see if it's here. Y'all don't have to really worry about the GLC. There's another bigger content creator who was hosting this thing called a Gym Leader Challenge, where you can only use 1 prize Pokemon. And one of that Pokemon, it was kind of like Commander, but for Pokemon, but 1v1 instead of, you know, 4-player in Magic. Where is it? Where is it? I don't know if it's actually going to be here. Yeah, I don't think I have it here. It probably just didn't transfer over. But in the old version of this, there was it was basically this Maractus deck and a deck that basically ran a bunch of the different balls. So like Dusk Ball, Quick Ball, Ultra Ball, Basic, and like for every different ball that was in my discard, this supporter allowed my Pokemon to do extra damage or something like that. It was Ball Guy. I remember Ball Guy was part of it. Sadly, I just don't have it here. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I like quirky decks like this. What is? I think this is the old Gardevoir. Yeah. Like Rayquaza was really cool to me. I would just stack up as much. You know, I would stack up as much. I believe it was Lightning Energy. Like I would put the one fire on him and then stack up as much lightning as I could, discard it as much as I can, and then try to knock the Pokemon out with a one shot, and then use as many Flaffies as I can to get the lightning energy back on him. There's Zoroark. Zoroark is nuts. I love this deck. Essentially, I would use stuff like Gengar. I wanted Gengar. What else was it? There's something else in this deck. Yeah, Radiant Alakazam that allowed me to move damage. And then how? Oh, it was the stadium, right? Yeah, Gabejaw Bog that put a basic onto their bench. It does 2 damage. I needed this out as quick as possible. I needed a way to get Gengar from discard onto bench, and then Alakazam onto bench, and I try to spread as much damage between my Pokemon and my opponents as possible. Of just trying to get at least 10 damage on everything. Because Hisuian Zoroark V-Star came in, and it did 50 damage to my opponent's active Pokemon for any Pokemon that had damage on it. It was great. This is my sad attempt at a Dragapult EX deck. I didn't really like it. It was a Serena EX deck. I think this is one of my favorite decks of all time. Essentially, I made it so it would, where is it? Yeah, Icicle Soul. It would drop my opponent's HP to 30, right? Which, you know, is fine. It doesn't one-shot them, but for 1 grass energy, it took whatever their HP was down to 30. And I would combine it with Panic Mask to where any damage that would have done to me by a Pokemon whose HP is 40 or less, it just wouldn't happen. You know, it just made me invincible as far as that. And then I would, you know, try to scrounge around, look for, you know, a second grass energy to do damage, either between that or right. I also had this Vanillix line, however you say this, but basically once their HP dropped down to 30, it's under 40, they couldn't attack. There was something else here that allowed something else to pick up the damage. This. And this would just stall them out to where every turn they would take 10 damage in their active, if the Pokemon had an ability. So, you know, I could use Boss's Order, bring up a Pokemon that had an ability. I believe I ran Boss's Orders. If not, I might just be talking. Because I don't see it. I believe I did just need the second. Yeah, it's looking like I just needed the second damage on them. Boss's Orders could have been nuts here, now that I'm thinking about. Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it. I also had Grand Tree that allowed me to search. It essentially, like, turn 1, I can put a Bounce Weed on, put the Grand Tree, and then it would let me search for a Steenie and then look for a Serena. You know, it's just another example of, you know, quirky decks. This was pretty meta, I'm not gonna hold. It's a bunch of, it's an electric box, but it does a whole lot. You know, Miraidon was placing extra basic electric Pokemon on the bench. Just having Pikachu on the bench, I don't even think I ever attacked with the Pikachu. Yeah, but just having Pikachu on the bench and him being the one Terra type that was searchable allowed me to use Underground Area 0 Underdepths, which allowed my bench to go from 5 to 8, and then I could start playing a bunch of other side things, you know, Squawkabilly to draw, Pheasantipity whenever something got knocked out, draw 3, Mew, if I ran out of cards in hand, play Mew, draw 3. or up to 3. Latias made my basics not have a retreat cost. If Raikou was in the active, this is kind of like how it is in Pocket, where if Raiku's in the active, you can draw one, but in Pocket, it's like at the end of the turn. Raichu, it was basically just the second attack. Magneton allowed me to knock this Pokemon out, but bring 3 basic energies from my discard and place them on my Pokemon. Iron Hands is how I would basically win my games. Either attack with a different Pokemon or arm press them first and then amp them very much. And if it knocked them out, I take 1 extra prize card. Lumineon let me search for a supporter card. Iron Bundle was just here. Yeah, he was just here for real. I would try to attack with him for free. I forget how. Seeing as how I only ran this, it might have been the double turbo, but even then. Yeah. And that's that. Well, you know what I can actually do? Let me see. What's my phone on? Let's do this. So I'm going to collect this. Right, thick scale. It allows my dragon Pokemon. Right, didn't let me read it. Neat. I got 1 pack here. It's a Scorbunny, Grubbin, Night Stretcher, Dratini, Clefable, N's Vanillish, which is new. Did they add more card to N? Full Art Mawile, Full Art Drakloak, okay. Nice. This is actually one of the decks I wanted to try to make. Dragonite, I'm pretty sure Dragonite was one of the first decks I ever made back in X and Y. I know he was one of the first. I believe my first was actually Mega Gyarados, and I would just spam as much water on him as possible. And the crazy part was it didn't like how with Rayquaza, where I would put all those electric energies on him and then I would have to detach. You didn't have to do that with Gyarados, or Mega Gyarados rather. It just sat on him, from what I remember. But yeah, I do want to try to make this deck upcoming. I will probably do this for well, not just these, but you know, actually play the rank. I know that there's, let me see if I can find it real quick. There's a code that I can put in. Let me see. Yeah, Pokemon TCG Live. And we check to see if there's more than 1 code. I don't know if these are active. Okay, I believe it might just be these 2 codes. So I don't know, it says get ready for UIC. I don't know what this is, or EUIC. I think it might be the European circuit for the TCG. Yeah, European International Champion. And there was another one that I saw. It's called More Heroes 2020, or More Heroes 26. And it gives us more stuff. Mega Emboar, okay. I might be back on this. Mega Feraligatr. Steven's Metagross EX. Iris's Fighting Spirit. Don't tell me there's an Iris deck. Hold on. Hold on. I can use this card if you discard another card from your hand. Draw until you have 6. Okay. This is just... that's basic draw. Cool. This is a pack. Numel or Numel. If this Pokemon is an active spot and is damaged by an attack from an opponent's Pokemon, the attack, they are now burned. Vikavolt, Team Rocket's Hypnotizer. If the Team Rocket Pokemon this card is attached to is inactive and is damaged by an attack out of opponent's Pokemon, the attacking Pokemon is now Sleep. Okay. And a Regice EX. This allows us to recycle the water or 2 basic waters from discard to this Pokemon, and then you would attach another one, right? Yeah, because you would attach one, get 2 waters, put it on him, and then your next turn you would attach another, and it does 140, discard 2 from this Pokemon, and that opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed. Switch your active with one of your bench. If you do, draw until you have 5 in hand. Oh, and has a call for family. No. Cynthia Spiritomb. Your bench Cynthia Pokemon. This attack isn't affected by weakness. Okay, so it's kind of like Zoroark, but for Cynthia's Pokemon. Croconaw, Solrock, Vanillish, Goodbye. Once during your turn, you may search your deck for a Cynthia's Pokemon, reveal it, put it in your hand, and shuffle. Oh, that is neat. That is neat, because you don't even have to search for Cynthia's Garchomp. You could look for the rest of your bench that you're missing, and then find Garchomp if you don't have them already in hand. And Team Rocket Spidops. Once during your turn, you may attach a basic energy card from your discard to this Pokemon. So this is like a turn 1, not even turn 1, like basically you can get this card out if it has 1 energy on it, charge it up, and then now it's just ready to go with how many ever. I don't know if Team Rocket has a stadium or something like that to, you know, make their bench 8 instead of 5, but you know, this is pretty neat. It's a 1 price, you know. I think that's it for that. And the last thing that I'm probably going to do would be in this. Let's see. Let me put the Elgato to the top. Yeah, okay. Right. We can mute the game capture for right now. You should hear it through the Elgato, and I simply just have 2 packs for right now. I want to see if there's any that's like already. That one looked bent. Yeah, we got a bent pack. Granted, I don't know if bent packs still do what they did originally. I've actually just started coming back to Pocket as well. It's nothing. Okay. Huh. Well, I mean, I do have one more. One moment. Come on. Yeah, let's do this one. Nothing again. Oh, man. Alright, well, you know, that's what I got for right now. You know, add this to the collection. Close. I believe I'm actually like 1 card off of there's a also another Mega Gardevoir EX deck that's in pocket right now. I really want to make it. It's quite different than the one that I have in live or the actual TCG. Nice. The difference is there's a Renucleus is how I think you say it. There's a psychic Pokemon or psychic card that's a Pokemon in here called Renucleus, I believe is how you say it. But he has an ability to where for every psychic energy that's attached to him, he gets 30 max HP. And if you know anything about, you know, the history of Gardevoir and now Gardevoir EX or Mega Gardevoir EX, yeah, they are really good at cycling psychic energy to either bench Pokemon or the active, depending on which one you're using. And yeah, there's nothing that I actually want in my Wonder Picks. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's it. We'll just grab that, and yeah. Essentially, I don't want to just go into the cards and show it right now, but there's a Renucleus. It has 3 retreat and an ability to where every psychic energy that's attached to him, he gets 30 max HP. And I run both of the Gardevoirs. I believe it's either the EX or the Mega, whichever is the flagship for this new set that we have. It puts, I believe, 2 to 3 psychic energy to a bench Pokemon, and then the other Gardevoir, the one from like the start of the game, that one puts 1 to the active. So, you know, I try to get Renucleus out on the bench as fast as possible with the Mega Gardevoir. Try to get as much energy on him. Whenever she's gone, Renucleus comes out. Renucleus has 3, what is it called? 3 retreat cost. So there's actually a Pokemon tool. It's like this helmet that reduces the damage he takes from all attacks by 30. Which is a little crazy. There's also that Lucky Ice Cream thing, which is like just a cracked out potion. It heals as much as potion does. It heals 20, and then you flip a coin. If it lands on heads, you take it from the discard and you put it back in your hand. And you can just keep doing that, and you can have more. You can have 2 in your deck. Like it's actually nuts. That card is broken beyond belief. Like something like that is, oh my god. Like I've recently came back to Pocket, but seeing that card like in play, because you know I saw that it healed for 20. I was like, oh okay, it's just another potion. But once I got that first coin flip, then the second one, then the third, and it just kept going, and I kept getting it back. I basically full healed. What was I running at the time? It was some EX. But yeah, that's probably it for right now. I want to clear some more of the content on Pocket, as far as like the side content, because I too also want to try to hit whatever the top rank is on Pocket. I remember first season it was like, I believe I was like Ultra. I got to Ultra Ball or something like that. Let me see. Pay not attention. Like after that first season, I didn't really play much as far as rank. Let's see. Is there not a way to? Huh. I've actually been great this whole time. I think it was these. Oh, it was the battle. Yeah. It was like the get like 50 wins as fast as possible thing, and then you get the little, yeah, genetic apex. But yeah, I want to clear more of this side content before I hit rank, just so I can try to hit more cards. We have an event that's ending soon for this Mega Metachan. I've completed it. I have 4 of the Mega Metachans, so I can style my card however I want to at this point. Well, both of the Mega Metachans. What I'm actually working on is trying to get all of these done as far as the missions for the random battles, and as much of the step up for the new, am I in advanced now? Yeah, trying to get as much as done, much of these done for the Fantastical Parade set done as possible, so I can get the pulls to, you know, get more cards, to make more decks, to play more. But yeah, that's it for now. I don't particularly know how long this has been going on for. I might chop this down, I might not. Y'all might see me rant. If I keep the rant in, you know, bear with me. It's excited talking about Pokemon again, so that's it for now. Probably catch you in a video for tomorrow, maybe following day. I don't know when this is dropping. You know, I'm gonna see y'all.